What's up, YouTube? This is Chris, and this is my channel, Bar911970. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to check out my video. Alright, guys, I'm going to do something a little different. I did this before a couple of months ago about how music and movies give you information. You just have to be able to hear certain things to be able to grasp it or understand it. Now, some are basically, if you don't know the terminology, you're just going to not notice it and pay attention. Some of them, they're just flat out telling you what you need to hear. It's just in musical form, you don't really pay attention. The average person just listens to the beat, and they get lost in it, and they don't really listen to the meaning of the words. So, I picked 5 songs, and of course there's plenty more, where they're giving you information. Some of them go back as far as the 60s and 70s. And it really shows that the information that they're trying to tell you, it will make sense when you hear it. So obviously I'm not going to play them because I don't want any copyright infringements, but there's nothing wrong with actually reading the lyrics. So let's get into it. Instead of singing it or anything, I'm just going to read it like it's poetry so you can kind of hear it. Now, some of them I'm not going to do the whole thing. Some of them I'm going to skip down a little bit, but you'll get the understanding. The first one I'm going to do is by The Who, and it's called Won't Get Fooled Again. Alright, so let's start with that one. We'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet, and the morals that they worship will be gone. And the men who spurred us on sit in judgment of all wrong. They decide, and the shotgun sings the song. I'll tip my hat to the new Constitution. Take a bow for the new revolution. Smile and grin at the change all around me. Pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. And I'll get on my knees and pray we don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. Change, it had to come. We knew it all along. We were liberated from the falls, that's all. But the world looks just the same, and the history ain't changed, 'cause the banners, they've all flown in the last war. And I'll skip that part. I'll move myself and my family aside if we happen to be left half alive. I'll get all my papers and smile at the sky, for I know that the hypnotized never lie. Sounding interesting? There's nothing in the street looks any different to me, and the slogans are replaced by the by, and the parting on the left is now the parting on the right. Think of government. And the beards have all grown longer overnight. I'll get on my knees and pray, and we don't get fooled again. Don't get fooled again. Alright, so that's the first one. Next is the Beatles' Revolution. You say you want a revolution. Well, you know we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know we all want to change the world. But when you talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out? Don't you know it's going to be all right? You say you got a real solution. Well, you know we'd all love to see the plan. You ask me for a contribution. Well, you know we're doing what we can. But when you want money for the people with minds that hate, all I can tell you, brother, is you'll have to wait. Don't you know it's going to be all right? You say you'll change the Constitution. Well, you know we all want to change your head. You tell me it's the institution. Well, you know you better free your mind instead. But if you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, you ain't gonna make it with anyone anyhow. Don't you know it's gonna be all right? All right, the next one. Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2, Pink Floyd. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. Next one is Incubus Warning. I'm going to go down to the middle. I suggest we learn to love ourselves before it's made illegal. When will we learn? When will we change? Just in time to see it all come down. Ain't that the truth? Those left standing will make millions, writing books on ways it should have been. She woke in the morning. She knew that her life had passed her by. She called out a warning. Don't ever let life pass you by. Floating in this cosmic jacuzzi, we are like frogs, oblivious to the water starting to boil. No one flinches, and we all float face down. Last but not least, I talk about this all the time. This is Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the sky and see. So I'm just going to leave it at that, just to kind of get you guys to think about it. When you put it in proper words and make it sound like it's somebody just telling you a story, there are plenty of other movies and plenty of other songs that are basically telling you what you need to hear. It's just we don't hear the warning. And some of those messages, like I said, some of those were made in the 60s and 70s. They're holding true today. And if that doesn't tell you a little bit of what's really going on, then I don't know what to tell you. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me hear what you think. As usual, I appreciate more and more people are starting to share my information, favoring it, posting it on the social networks. So if you feel that's something that will help that you could do, I greatly appreciate it. And if you're not a part of the Bar None Nation, please hit subscribe. I'd love to have you on my team. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.